Yes, I know. If you're black and you're an American, your first thought is, what in the three levels of Ku Klux Klan bullshit is this going on? But it has absolutely nothing to do with the Ku Klux Klan. This is actually the beginning of Holy Week. This started last week in Spain. It commemorates up till Easter. But this is the beginning of Holy Week in Spain. The pointed hooded mask that they're wearing is to show their humility and the fact that they don't their face is not worthy, and that their pointed hats is more towards God. Makes them closer to God. Even though you can find footage of people who hats aren't pointy and they're flopped down. I don't know what the hell that means. Maybe they didn't starch it or something like that. But then you saw the lady carrying the head of John the Baptist, and then you got the big Jesus on the cross thing. Now these people are Catholic, so their Bible doesn't say, and don't create any images. Don't worship false idols, or don't create any image in the Ten Commandments of anything on heaven or earth, or that's on the under the water or anything like that. So the Catholic Bible doesn't have that as one of its Ten Commandments, as the Protestant Bible does. So them having their Christian iconography is perfectly fine with their Bible, even though there are other parts of the Bible where it says do not have images, don't worship images, but yet the Catholic Church has those. Now, does the Protestant Church have them? They sure do, even though they have the Ten Commandments that says that they shouldn't make any images of anything in heaven or on earth, right? Any false images. But yet they have their Jesus image, which doesn't that make them worshiping idols, objects? Your God warned you against making these images, and yet you still do it, but you'll claim that you're not worshiping it. It's just a representation. Is that not what idols are? Just representations of what you have belief in. Now, I also do think it's interesting. Christians always claim that other Christians always mess up their religion. We all know that the Ku Klux Klan was a Christian-based organization, and that Christian-based organization utilized the same types of hooded masks that these people use to identify themselves. And it had the same type of meaning, that it made them closer to God. They were doing God's work. They were hiding who they were, even though everybody knew who they were. But it was the imagery of them being closer to God and doing God's work by eliminating black people. It's all the same to me, no matter how you slice it. When you have a religion that can easily be manipulated to fit anyone's personal agenda, then it's not a religion that is worth having. And that is what Christianity is, and that's what it's able to do. It could be whatever you want it to be. The people in Spain have a totally different worship system than the people elsewhere. I couldn't get a video of it, but when we was in San Antonio on Good Friday, they were from the St. Mary Catholic Church. There was a guy, there was a drummers, and then there was a guy carrying a cross, and people acting like they were being whipped. And they were whipping brown people. And they had people dressed as Roman soldiers, because people can act this thing out and make it however they want to make it. You wouldn't do that in Atlanta. You wouldn't have a parade like that in Atlanta. Can't get away with it. But you can get away with it in San Antonio. Because the Catholics pretty much run many of those cities, so they can get away with it. But you can't get away with that in the Baptist South. Not in the Baptist South. No, not doing that. But anyway, so that was Holy Week in Spain. But it also demonstrates how symbolism can be whatever you want it to be. People are always talking about the fact that I wear the hand of Hansama because it looked good. It looked good. That's it. But symbols mean whatever it means to that individual person, right? It is a reminder that when people have negative thoughts about me, is like, okay, ignore their negative thoughts. I don't care. Don't let it become a part of me. You see, negative thoughts about from other people or witchcraft can only affect you if you are weak enough to allow it to become your ethos, and you think it and you start believing it. The moment you start thinking it, the moment you start believing it, then it becomes real to you, and just you only, not to anybody else. The same way that these people believe in these gods, and they give all their divinity, I mean, all of their own divinity, their agency over to that God, it is only real to them. It is real to no one else, which does not make it real, period. Factually, it's not real. But people are clamoring over this Holy Week, and they will enjoy, and they will give all this energy. And the churches going to get all that money. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.